Good morning, beautiful people. It is pretty early here at Wilder Path Farm. We do have a lot to do today, so I figure I could take you along with me. But first, let's say hi to the chickens. Good morning, chickies. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. We are so daring. Hello. Hi. They're outgrowing this brooder quite quickly, so we're going to finish up the chicken coop and get them in there soon. I'm weeding them off the brooder plate. It's currently off right now, and I'll turn it back on a little bit later. But they're having way too much fun jumping up here. So they have a little bit of a dust bath here. It has some sand and some shavings. So, yeah, and then food, water. I put a box here to hopefully lift the water up. I am having to fill this quite a lot more now. I do have a second one, but I just don't want to take up any more space in this brooder. So these all get to go outside today. So exciting. So I'm just over here at my seedling table, and I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. So these are some of the cucumbers and zucchini and squash, all that kind of stuff that I had started, because we have to start things a little earlier inside instead of direct sowing to potentially get a harvest. We'll see. I haven't grown in this zone yet, but you see right there that green little pot means that we have some cucumbers. Some cucumbers coming up. Everything else is doing really good. I got some tarragon. I have the hollyhocks here, more hollyhocks over here. Got some calendula, lavender, chives, some creeping thyme. This looks like this is a primrose I picked up from a local place in town. I got a little bit of frost damage, but not much. It'll survive. And then a friend down the street had some mint and some walking onions, which look really good. The malva look good. Yeah. And then I got some more broccoli plants, some lettuce, some cabbage, some alyssum. This is some of the rosemary. This really needs to go out now. I've had it for a few weeks, and I think it's pretty root bound. So I think that's why the discoloration at the top here is really struggling. But I'm just going to give it a little haircut later before I put it in the ground. Before I put it out, and we'll see how it does. But everything else looks good. The strawberry tower looks really good. I'm going to mix in some other stuff in here. But these are an ever-bearing strawberry. And what that means is that the strawberries will be producing throughout the season versus a June-bearing strawberry, which we do have as well, that will only produce one time its full amount, and then that's it for that season. So we do have some plants that friends and family have given us, some hostas from our parents. I have some irises, a few other things, lemon balm, asparagus. Yeah, I gotta put these all in the ground today. Looks like the lemon balm did get a little bit of frost damage here, but if you look, the new leaves look fine, so I'm sure that'll come back. I'm just gonna grab a couple of things from here to go put in the perennial garden over there. So I have some lavender and some chives here. I have a nice creeping thyme and the primrose. I want at least one. This is one of my calendulas, so I'll put one with the calendulas in here. And we'll just have to come back for the rest. But I'm going to grab this tray and then we'll head over there. Alrighty. So I have this, it's a DIY barrel bed here. We just cut a metal barrel into pieces and use them as raised beds because we have quite a few of them. So we figure That'd be really nice. These will hold up over time. But I have 2 mints here that need to have their own space, because remember, mint is a bully and it will choke out anything else that you put with it. So I'm just going to take my hori hori knife, dig a little hole. I really enjoy mint. I love mint tea, but I also really love it with watermelon. So there's multiple plants here. So I'm just going to tear it apart. It's okay. I'm pretty gentle. There was roots on either side. And I'm just going to cover it up like so. Mint is a bully, and you won't ever really run out of mint if you plant it and just take care of it. I'm going to do the same thing with this start that I got it from Costco. I don't start everything from seed myself, honestly, more so because of like time. Like, I don't start my rosemary by myself, like from seed, or a lavender. For the most part, I just start my annuals from seed. There's some stuff that are biennials or will reseed themselves that I start from seed. Yeah, like mint, I'm not going to start. It is so much of a bully that if you just grab, if you can get your hands on like some of the plants themselves, and you can just do what I just did, rip it up and like rip it in half, or I could rip this into quarters if I really want to, because there's one just dangling here. Maybe I'll put that one in the center. And then that way it has space to grow, but it's not going to take over my whole garden if I were to put it in a raised bed or put it in the ground, God forbid. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I've already done these 4, and I still got this one. See all these roots? It looks really healthy. Little root bound here, but mint's not picky. I'm not really concerned about it. So I'm just going to dig this hole. Now in here I've mixed sticks, wood chips, what else? Some compost on the bottom, and then just some like really rich, dark garden soil on top. Because I didn't want to put the compost on top because it wasn't ready 100% yet, and if you put compost too close to the roots, then it'll burn your plants. But mint's not too picky. So we'll come back and water these in to make sure that they get a good drink, but everything looks really good. Okay, so I just put some straw down to kind of keep the moisture in the bed until I get to watering it later. But yeah, I really like using straw as a mulch. It's really good. I get it from a local person. Here we have some lemon balm. It's quite a bit actually. And my dad's friend who watches this YouTube channel, he sent me a lot of plants that I can put in my garden and get started off with some perennials, which I'm so grateful for. So I just want to say thank you so much for sending me these plants with my dad. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I want to put the lemon balm in this bed because it is a bully. I know, because it's also in the family of mint. And we'll just pop the little guys in, tuck these guys in, and then lastly back here. So this will completely take over this bed. It will grow up big and beautiful, and it will smell so nice. Alrighty, so I gotta go get some bug spray soon because these bugs suck. So this bed is empty currently. I've been using these smaller beds, this one and the one behind me, for herbs, perennial herbs to be exact. And I've only really been putting 3 per bed to let them have plenty of room to spread. So here I have walking onions. This is from a friend of mine just down the road. So I'm thinking of putting that one there. And then I have a chives that I picked up from a local nursery. We'll put it there, and then we'll put the lavender in the center, I think. Or I put the chives with the walking onions and the lavender on the end. We had our, what I'm hoping to be, don't even want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, last frost last night. And even though these guys are perennials and they'd be fine with the frost, I've just been extra careful. But yeah, so got the walking onions here. I'm sure there's going to be, unfortunately, as much as I hope, sure there might be another frost or two, but you know what? It's okay. We'll just roll with it. So I like to just like hold up the plant by the tips, just kind of tuck it in, and then I'll just move the straw around it. Because if you don't cover soil, it will cover itself. And what I mean by that is that if you don't mulch, you'll have to be doing extra work for getting weeds out. Now, I am quite aware that there's probably seeds in this straw. That is okay with me. I'd rather pull a weed out of the straw than I would trying to dig it out of the soil. So there's nothing that's ever going to be 100%. Mulching is only going to get you so far, but if we try to reduce the amount of work that we have, then, you know, I'll be more happier to do some of the work that will need to be done in the garden later in the summer. So got my lavender here. Now, this one is not a cup. They come in these little pea pods. They say that you can just cut the plastic off and plant it like that. I've actually never had good experiences with that. The plant just continued to stay puny. So I'm ripping this pea pod off and all the plastic and stuff. It's okay if a couple roots come off with it, but I want to make sure that all of it's off and you just have your start like this. Tuck this beautiful lavender in. We'll just spread this out. Probably need some more straw in this bed, but that's fine. So you just kind of want to cover up all the open soil and pull some from this side over. And then just remember, when you transplant things, you want to give it a really good water after you put them in. I'm going to put this water this whole garden after we're done here because I'm in a groove right now. But yeah, everything's going to look so gorgeous, so lovely. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And make sure you subscribe for more garden tours. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.